Welcome everyone, thank you for joining this new episode of the Hotel Show. What's been happening quite a lot. I've been attending some events lately. Obviously the World Travel Market, it seems like history now. And also the travel blog camp organized by Darren, who done a sterling job of getting together, I guess, about 100 people in the same place. And I was one of the speakers. Actually speaker, I thought it was a big term. I was basically giving the story about why I came out with hotel blogs, more than 3 years ago, what have I learned, and also, the kind of debate I think we still have on, which is how do you moderate comments, and how do you get liable for something that you haven't written, but you allow people to comment on an article without checking whether the fact is true or not. So it was a very good event. It also allowed me to network with other people. Unfortunately, the time just was flying for those 3 hours I spent over there. World Travel Market, still very much the same, and I'm sure you can read back to my post about my thought on the event. More importantly, but was happening on a Wednesday, was the kind of Dragon's Den for the online travel space organized by i4Travel, the Get Funded show. Again, not much to say. I think if you read tnews.com, you will see that Alex did a very good job to give a summary of all the pitches. But in summary, it was 18 startups who pitches to what they're offering online, and the winner was HouseTrip. HouseTrip.com is a company who allow somebody like maybe you who have a second home in Spain to find a marketplace to let you place for the summer, for instance. So it's kind of homeaway.com, I guess. So they are trying to be more effective. As I record, apparently every 8 requests, you finally have a deal between the homeowner and the person who's going to rent your place. So the guy was just explaining to us the process, said, I can't believe you have to make 8 requests to get it done. So surely there's something to do on maybe the front end, or maybe having a better extranet to manage your inventory. Manage how you can present your house to the worldwide web community, I guess. So back to the news. I was last week attending the hotelwebmarketing.com conference in Dublin, and I would like to thank you again, Chiara Delany, who organized this event. It was a very, very good event, I thought, for one day, with the attendance of about 150 hoteliers, all Irish, I believe, and also a lot of partners. It was interesting in the sense that every speaker have something different to say. One was talking about mobile phone applications, another one was talking about email marketing, something I always thought is totally underrated in the online marketing today. Somebody else was talking about social media, and then we have a bit of a debate at the end. You can refer back to hotelmarketingconference.com to see who actually spoke to that event. I will share online the presentation I gave in the beginning of the conference, which was basically finding 7 new ways of distributing your hotel content online. And it didn't have to be just selling rooms online. It could be also your visuals and your brand and all that. So again, I will refer back to my presentation, and I've included the keynote speakers, so you can kind of guess what I was talking about. I also recorded my session, so I would put it on an MP3 format or on video. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is there's been quite a few survey out in the last 2 weeks or so about whether people are using social media for 2010. So one was done by Big Mouth Media in conjunction with T-News, and you will see on the T-News website all the details about what came out of the survey. And another one was done by e-consultancy, and this is what I read. And I like to comment on it because I just found something quite not inaccurate, but a bit bizarre. So 86% of companies, and by the way, the sample was about 1,200 people who actually answered to that survey. So 86% of companies surveyed plan to spend more money on social media in 2010, and a further 13% are planning to keep the same level of budget. So on that one, I don't know that we can really spend money on social media. I thought social media was kind of free. YouTube, free. Twitter, free. Blog, free. I don't know any social media website when you have to spend money on it. What is costing the company is resources. So if that's what they mean by spending more money, okay, I'm totally agree with that. But the way it's phrased, I'm not too sure. 54% stated that the biggest barrier to entry to better social media engagement was a lack of resources, with 90% of businesses stating that social media is taking up more time internally than a year ago. Well, there's nothing magical here. I think if you want to engage with people, you need to spend time with the tools you want to use. The fact that there's a lack of resources is a bit bizarre as well. You have the same kind of resources in offline marketing, I guess. So maybe you need to drive more resources toward online. So maybe you need to give away some of the stuff you were doing in 2009 and doing it more in social media in 2010. It's not about recruiting somebody specific, I guess, for social media, especially if you're a small company. I mean, if you're a hotel on your own, with very few resources, you're not going to spend one headcount just on that. If you're a bigger company, probably yes. But anyway, let's just keep going on the findings. Almost 2/3 of the companies surveyed said that they have experimented with social media but have not done much. Right. They have not done much. So basically what I read is they try something on YouTube, on Twitter, and then just give up. So that's not really good. Microblogging is now the most widely adopted social media tactic used by 78% of company responded. What I think is a bit odd is using the word tactic. I don't think Twitter is a tactic. Twitter is just a tool. What you do with the tool it's maybe tactical. So, and I don't know yet about how travel companies are using Twitter to the best benefit. I think too much of it is another way to distribute your offers, like you would do maybe on Facebook. Now, is that a tactic? I don't know. I think it's maybe I'm being picky on the word choose, but microblogging is not a tactic. This is one social media tool amongst others. Let's keep going. Just under half of companies are not yet using reputation or buzz monitoring tools to understand what is being said about their brand. Well, if that's true, I'm really worried about what's going on out there, because I thought I was already accepted that you need to monitor what's going on. Who talks about your brand? Whether it's on Twitter, on Facebook, on blogs. There's a lot of free tools when you can definitely have a bit of a understanding about who is talking about your brand. But anyway, it seems like not many people know that. Nearly 1/3 of respondents are not spending any of their budget on social media. Again, why do we have to spend money? I thought social media was kind of free of charge. What you need to spend is the resources. Again, it's about revisiting the priority on your marketing or on your product people to see where they should spend the time on. Could maybe spend less time on something and then find that time available to create a blog, write a post, engage with the audience on Twitter. That's what people need to do. Spending money is ridiculous. It's more about allocation of resources.